What's up, world? How's everybody doing today, tonight, tomorrow? As I always say, whatever time, realm, dimension you're living in, I hope you're doing great, feeling blessed, no stress. Some days I get a little more stressed than usual. Digging a hole, right? Usually doesn't bother me too much. But when I'm digging a hole in a cemetery, I don't know, for some reason, I get a little stressed. It's so close. It's so close. I don't want to hit anybody. I feel really bad, and I think the family would probably be mad at me too. Anywho, let's get on with the video. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I had to come jump in the van because it's raining outside, and sorry about the weird color. It's kind of dark in here. I didn't want to have my head just be one big glowing dot in front of you guys. So, let's get on to the story. I was reading an article a little bit ago, and anybody ever had a chip party? You know, chips and dip, stuff like that. Well, this ain't that kind of party, even though I'd say there's a bunch of dips there. A company out of Wisconsin called 3 Square Market just threw their employees a little chip party, they called it, because they just basically got the majority of their company, their employees, to accept having an RFID chip put into them. This is the first U.S. company to do this. Now, this has been done overseas. Europe's had a bunch of companies that have done it. They all give the same spiel. It's for security purposes and things like that. We all know in this community where these things can lead to and what they can lead to. Now, the way that they've described this in the article, it states, you know, one thing they point out, and they definitely, you know, put this out there, that it was voluntary, because at no point do they want to give people that thought of people being forced to take this chip, even though we know basically on the path it's heading right now, that day isn't too far down the road. We see the way tech's been taken over. We see the Precrime stuff starting, the AI stuff going on. We know it's just a matter of time before a chip, this RFID chip, is put in all of us. It'll be a mandatory thing. You know, they'll relate it to something like getting your license. Instead of getting a license, which this article talks about, you'll just have your chip now. We've gotten to that point in humanity where we're at that borderline of taking that step to where life as we know it, I believe, is just going to be completely something that none of us recognize or really want. At least us in this community. I know none of us want this thing. Now, in this article, they point out how much you're going to love it, how cool it's going to be. It's the end thing. It's got little fawns in it. Everybody's going to want the chip. Everybody's going to be so happy to have the chip. Happy to have Big Brother be a piece of them. Goes in the hand. So you're just going to welcome Big Brother all the way in, be part of your body. Now, a lot of people have related this chip to being somewhat taking the mark of the beast. And the funny part is, it's not going to be forced on people. That mark is going to be voluntarily taken, like they state in this. This is part of that pre-programming stuff that goes on, to get it in your head that it's voluntary, that it's cool, that it's okay, everybody's doing it, there's a good purpose for it. There's so many neat things you can do other than having Big Brother watch you. There's cool stuff. You can have this chip inside you, and it makes life so easy. You can do things like, I don't know, unlock a door, they said. Yeah, isn't that cool? You just walk up, scan the door, doop, let you in. You can log into your computer. That was one. You don't even need a password anymore. Forget that pesky memory, you know, Mandela effect. Don't trust that memory of yours. Just get the chip. You just scan your computer and you're right on in. You can do all these cool things. You can even use a copying machine, they said. How exciting is that? And one more that, you know, they really pointed out. You can buy a chocolate bar, which the manager of the company demonstrated. He went and bought a chocolate bar. He was like, look at this, huh? Look at that. I bought a chocolate bar with my chip. Yeah, now Big Brother knows what you're eating, too. He'll probably regulate that one day. Like I said, they're going to make this sound really cool, and that you can't live your life normally without it. You can't trust that pesky memory, that you can't just go on life trying to remember things like phone numbers and passwords, even though with smartphones now hardly anybody knows phone numbers. I know people don't even know their own numbers. Like I said, they're going to make this sound fun and cool. They're going to make it just like the acceptance of AI and all these programs, all this pre-crime protecting people. They're going to make all these things sound like the hip, cool thing to do. We know with the generation coming up, the social network generation, the generation that follows the Kardashians religiously and watches all these reality shows, we know that these generations, the MTV generation, whatever you want to call them, the majority of them are going to accept something like this if it's presented as cool, if it's presented as the in thing to do. You know, you can be part of this social network of being chipped. They'll take it like that. They'll take this mark of this beast or whatever we want to call it and willingly accept it. No questions. Just put it in them. Little electromagnetic chip just sitting there in your body. Sounds really good. I mean, possible health hazards. There have been people that have talked about this. There's always been this concern from people saying, you know, that you could be tracked by something like this, that the GPS technology that's out there, which they state in this article, that technology does not exist yet, that this chip does not have any GPS capabilities, which I call BS on. I call super BS on this one. There is no way that these chips don't have that technology. That's a bunch of malarkey. Okay? We already all walk around with GPS on us all the time. These phones we carry, our credit cards, little SIM card put on the front of that thing, everything. We're constantly tracked. So now, instead of having all these different forms of tracking, why not just throw away the wallet, as the article says? Get rid of your wallet. You don't need it anymore. You don't need a pesky license getting in your way. That all your information from money to your social security to your license, everything can be on this chip and inserted in your body. That way when Big Brother comes along and asks for the papers, please, you'll be able to present them right there. No problems. He just scans your little wrist and then it shows up that, oh, you're one of these YouTubers that puts up these defiant videos. We got to take you in for questioning or something like that. They could freeze your money. I mean, there's so many drawbacks that they don't point out to this chip that are capable of happening. And every article you read, the majority of them about this kind of stuff, they're always going to make it sound cool and hip and neat. You can't live life without it. You can't get left behind, like I said in that last video. You don't want to get left behind the Big Brother train. You want to make sure you get on the Big Brother train and just ride along with it, no questions asked. Go along with what society tells you. Go along with it, what everybody does. Don't look outside that box. You stay in that box like you're told. Put that chip in your body. Get on the network. Let us keep tabs on everything you do. I mean, for all we know, this thing could have listening devices. We've seen these small nanotechnologies that are coming out and the things they're capable of. And the technology that we know about, folks, what we see is nothing compared to what they have and what they know and what they're working on. This whole AI thing we talk about, really, with technology, they said AI will be capable within the next couple of years, right? That's when it would be up and running. But we know that the technology we see is probably 50 years behind, if not further, of what they have. So more than likely, they already have all these things. They're just getting us now to catch up with the technology and the capabilities they have now. So, I don't know. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Being tracked, having your money taken control of, your identity, listened to, all kinds of things. But that's the world we live in, unfortunately. That's why we need to keep doing this while we can, before it's too late, before they shut down all these forms of communication. These chips and these systems that they're starting, all it's going to do is censor us more, keep tabs on us more, create more rules and regulations. And then this little thing that we do right now, this chats and these getting information across, they aren't going to happen. The only information that's going to get out there is what they want. That's basically already what's going on. My videos right now on YouTube are being censored left and right. They're getting put, this new algorithm they have, all my stuff is getting put at the bottom. Views are being taken off. I've watched 1,000 views just drop overnight, missing. I've had people sending me comments saying, hey, you were taking off my subscriptions, or my likes were taken off your videos, or I can't find this new video you put up, even though it's set that they're supposed to get my notifications. These things are already happening. This YouTube censorship is just the beginning of censorship to go all the way down the board. Hang on, folks. Stick together while we can. Let our voices be heard while we can. We have an awesome community of people here. You guys are amazing. And seriously, if it wasn't for y'all, I don't know if I'd be doing this. I've said I would. I'd probably talk to a tree if it listened. But you guys really, knowing that I can get a voice out there, and when I hear or see the comments that you all make, it does my heart good and makes me feel like, hell, there's a chance. So y'all keep it up and I'll keep it up. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep this fight going. As always, thank you from the bottom of my heart. More than anything, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay incredible. See ya.